Hey guys, welcome back to the Photoshop tutorial. In today's video, we are going to create an amazing food poster. You can also apply this concept in flyer format, or even for a banner design. This tutorial will be step-by-step, especially for beginners. Let's start by creating a new document in Photoshop. Page size, A4. Resolution, 300. Color mode, RGB. You can select CMYK colors if your design is only for print. I have unchecked artboard because this is a single design. For double-sided or multiple designs, using artboards is helpful. Next, click the Create button to open the document. First, I'm going to create a guide layout. For that, I'll go to the View menu, choose Guides, and then click on New Guide Layout. Here, I'll create a custom guide layout. I'll set the number of columns to 10, rows to 2, margins to 0.25 inches on all sides. Next, I'll change the color of the guides to make them more visible. Press Ctrl+H to show or hide guides. Now I'll insert a rectangle shape. For that, I'll select the rectangle tool from the toolbar, then click and drag on the canvas to draw the shape. Next, I'll change the size of the rectangle. Now I'll change the fill color of the shape. I'm holding Alt key and dragging the shape to create a copy. Next, I'll resize the shape and change its color. I'm holding Alt key and dragging the shape to create a copy. Now I'll change the fill color of the shape. I'll also change the color of the shape. Next, I'll apply a gradient fill to the shape. To do that, I'll go to the Effects option at the bottom of the Layers panel and select Gradient Overlay. This is a custom 3-color gradient. The color codes and settings are visible here. I'm selecting all the shape layers and grouping them using Ctrl+G. Now, I'm placing a burger image on a new layer using File, Place Embedded. I'm resizing the image. Now I'll add a drop shadow. After that, I'll create a custom shadow manually. For this, I'll first create a new blank layer below the burger image. Then, I'll select the brush tool from the toolbar. From the brush presets, I'll choose Soft Round. I'll make sure the opacity is set to 100% and the flow is also 100%. Now I'll click once on the canvas to paint a soft, natural-looking shadow. I'm transforming the shadow, reducing its height, and slightly increasing the width to create a natural look. Now, I'll create a levels adjustment layer above the burger image to make it brighter. Next, I'll invert the layer mask by selecting it and pressing Ctrl+I. This hides the adjustment completely. Then, I'll select the brush tool, choose the soft round brush, and make sure the foreground color is set to white. Now, I'll gently brush around the edges of the burger to reveal the brightness only in those areas. I'm adding another levels adjustment layer to darken certain areas of the burger using a masked brush technique. Next, I'll invert the layer mask by selecting it and pressing Ctrl+I. This hides the adjustment completely. Select the brush tool, choose the soft round brush, and make sure the foreground color is set to white. I'm grouping the layers to keep things organized. Now I'll add the main heading text. For that, I'll select the text tool from the toolbar. Next, I'll place a logo in the design. After positioning the logo, I'll add a gradient effect. After this, I will insert a social media icon image that I created using AI. Then, I will convert this layer into a smart object. After that, I will set the alignment of these two images. Horizontal center. Now, I'll place a sunburst pattern image to add some texture to the background. After placing it, I'll change the blend mode of the layer. Next, I'll reduce the opacity of the sunburst layer. Then, I'll group the previously added logo and social media icons together to keep the layers organized. Now, I'll place a food image into the design. Now I'll copy the drop shadow layer style that I previously applied to the burger image. Next, I'll create a custom shadow just like before. Brush soft round with 100% opacity and flow. I'll click once on the canvas to paint the custom shadow. Then I'll press Ctrl+T, free transform, to adjust the shadow. Next, I'll add a brightness and contrast adjustment layer to highlight the edges of the image. Press Ctrl+I to invert the mask. Select the brush tool and gently brush along the edges of the image where I want to highlight. Now I'll insert another image. Now I'll copy the drop shadow layer style that I previously applied to the food image. Paste layer style. Next, I'll add a brightness and contrast adjustment layer to highlight the edges of the image. Press Ctrl+I to invert the mask. Select the brush tool and gently brush along the edges of the image where I want to highlight. After that, I'll copy the custom shadow created earlier and place it behind this new image. Next, I'll create a new section. Now, I'll add a heading that says, New Food Item. To make this heading stand out and look more decorative, I'll add a line shape on both sides of the text. Next, I'll insert a rectangle shape and adjust its size and fill color. Then, while holding the Alt key, I'll drag to create a duplicate of this shape. I'll change the size and fill color. Now, I'll insert an image and clip it inside the top rectangle shape using a clipping mask. Next, I'll create a brightness and contrast adjustment layer to enhance the image. Next, I'll create a custom shape using the pen tool. After drawing the shape, something like a diagonal stripe, I'll use the direct selection tool to fine-tune the anchor points and adjust the shape. Now, I'll add a text box on top of the shape and type the word "new" to highlight that this is a newly added food item. Next, I'll insert a text box to add the food name and its price. Now, I'll select all the related objects and press Ctrl+G to group them together. Then, to make sure the layout aligns with the guides, I'll press Ctrl+H to show the guides on the canvas. Next, I'll hold the Alt key and drag the group to create a duplicate of the design element. Next, I'll add a list of other food items. Then, I'll select both text boxes together and align them to the left. After that, I'll hold the Alt key and drag to duplicate. Once the food list is complete, I'll group them together. I'll add the contact details and the address at the bottom of the design. Now, I'll increase the vibrance of the main burger image. For that, I'll go to the Camera Raw filter and adjust the vibrance slider to enhance the colors. Next, I'll insert a PNG burger image. And apply a motion blur effect to give it a sense of movement. Then, I'll hold the Alt key and drag to create a duplicate of this blurred burger image. After that, I'll press Ctrl+T, right-click, and choose Flip Horizontal to mirror the duplicate image. Next, I'll add a drop shadow to the image to give it some depth. Then, I'll insert a few PNG leaf images to make the composition more lively and natural. Now, I'll go to the Image menu and select Apply Image to merge the visual effects. Now, I'll convert the image to a smart object. Finally, I'll go to the Camera Raw filter and make the final adjustments to enhance the overall look of the design. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more design tutorials.